I want to share something with you guys. That's a conversation. I had a video on my For You page yesterday, and I said, basically, it showed a father that was like preparing breakfast for his children, and he was like, you know, you've broken generational curses when your children don't need to be independent at a certain age the way you were, right? So it reminded me of a conversation I had with a friend, just a superficial friend, someone I know, some weeks back. So she was like, you know, my oldest biological son turned 15 by the end of March. So she was like, and then there was a video, a story, Instagram story I made. It was more like a joke, because my children, they make these jokes that they are like in a hotel. They come to the kitchen and they order food, and I prepare them the food, and then sometimes depending on where they want to eat, maybe they might eat in their room, maybe they might have a movie night, or we eat on my bed, or whatever, you know, you get the point. So he came, that was around 11:30 in the night. He came and he said he wants French toast. So I was like, off to the kitchen I go to make French toast. So she replied to my story and she was like, I know you mean it in a funny way, but at this age he should be more independent. What? What do you mean? What do you mean? So I was like, girl, therapy. I told her, I was like, you know, our generation, because she was like, although she's a few years older than me still, you know, it still falls under the same category of generation kind of. So we were forced, many of us were forced into very early independence, and that made us to be very, very mature way too early. Like way too early. Okay, like early in a sense of that when I was 8, I was fully taking care of my younger sister, preparing her breakfast, making sure she gets to school, taking her to her classroom and everything, fully mature at a very, very tender and young age. And then when I see that there is so much dependency still of someone, my son is taller than me now, okay, but he's my baby. That young man you see there is my baby, and him depending on me for certain things. One, it's not as if he can't make the French toast himself, but why would he when I'm there? Why the fuck would he when I'm there? I'm his mother. He lives under my care. He is a child. He's not supposed to worry about things I had to worry when I was half his age. He's not. So I had this moment of being, you know, and I wish we can have this moment more often. I was so proud of myself. I was like, one, your child didn't care about he didn't care about the time. He didn't care to come in to be like, should I or should I not? How is she going to react? Is it going to end in a problem? He just came in and he was sneaking around. I was like, and I immediately, because I know my child, immediately I was like, what do you want? And we started playing around, you know. So jokingly, you know, we were playing around, doing this, doing that. So I was like, you want French toast? And he was like, I want French toast. So I was like, no problem. And cooking is one of my love languages. I love when you are my friend and you come to my house and you tell me you don't want to eat. Get out. That's the door. Out and never come back. Because when you come to my house, you must eat by force. There are friends I have that are very close. They know when they come to my house, they come with boxes because they know they have to take food home. That's how it is, because that's just me. So projecting that love and that connection I have with my child, and therefore labeling it some type of independence, is so fucking toxic and is so sad, and shows that we have we've endured so much as children. So much weight was put on our shoulders that should have never been there. It should have never weighed us down, but it did. And now we have children. We can do better than that. And some of us do not have children yet. They might have not seen the necessity yet, or maybe they will never do. Maybe they might maintain some certain type of ways their parents put them through because they think it's right. For me, there's no need for that. You're my child, and I dedicated my life to take care of the lives I decided to bring into this world. Until I like to compare that to wings. I'm going to build these wings the way you build a muscle, and I keep on throwing the wings up, and I keep on telling you to spread the wings and exercise the wings and feel the power the wings have, and feel the way they carry your body up, and you keep on coming down until one day you're not going to come down again, because the wings are so nurtured and are so strong that they can even take you up in the sky before, like, you can't even be seen again. That's how I like to compare childcare, because I'm supposed to nurture their wings until their wings are so strong that the ability of these wings might even scare them away because of how strong they are. I want my children's souls and confidence to be so strong that when they leave my care and go into the world to become on their own, or to be on their own in some type of way, and I will no longer be that presence, I will more be like a shadow. And then that voice, my voice, it will always ring in their head. It will always ring in their head, and it will always tell them, your wings are now strong enough, spread them, fly, go out there, you can do it, you know. And that has nothing to do with independence. That is love. That is love. That is the love every child deserves. That is the love I would have deserved. I would have been deserving of that love, but it was not given to me, and I was not loved that way. But then I have the chance to love my children like that. And I will be damned if I bring independence and social standards or social expectations onto my children just because by the time they clock 18 they are some type of adult. Meanwhile, we know that scientifically and biologically the brain has not even fully developed, the character has not even fully developed until the early 20s. Just because the law says you're 18 doesn't mean that I'm no longer responsible for you. I will be responsible for my blood, for my children, the one that are my blood and the one that are not my blood, until the day I die, because that's what I signed up for. That has nothing to do with independence, or has nothing to do with he should be more independent by now. That is care and that is love, because I want to be a place to my children, even if they are 40 and they encounter some issue, maybe with their own kids, maybe with their co-workers, maybe with their bosses. Their first instance will be, let me call mom, she will know what to do. And if I've achieved that, I have gone above and beyond myself, and I've given my children everything I never had, and I will extend that love to their children one day, because the only thing that will come from me and from my bloodline is love. Because, and I read the other day, I read a quote that pain travels through families until someone is strong enough to feel it. And I will be that person. I am that person. I am strong enough to feel the pain. Sometimes the pain feels like it's going to break me, but I am strong enough, and that pain ends with me. It will never exceed me. It will never exceed my person, and it ends with me. That generational curse ends with me. And that is not independence. That is love. That is unconditional love, and that is how every child should be loved, and that is not debatable. Can you remember the meaning of your name? Chizaram. What does it mean?
God answered my prayer.
God answered my prayer. That's because you're my answered prayer.
Yay!
I prayed and I was answered. And now you're here, flourishing, thriving, putting me in my place as you should.